I would love to see the energy that was sparked by this conversation for people who really were excited by it, whether or not a floor vote happens. I want to see those people engaged in direct action somehow.
Right.
We all agree. Movements have to be grassroots, and it's got to be organic. And it's like but either we go outside, put our masks on, and start knocking doors. Like right now, in this conversation is irrelevant. Or I know that I'm a comms person. I'm not an organizer. I don't pretend to be. What I can do is offer up what I think is a nugget that will help spark people to want to come outside and knock doors the same way that Bernie's campaign drove the largest door knocking effort in American history and the largest number of campaign donations from individual donors in American history, because he had ideas that sparked people to want to act. And I don't think we should be dismissive of the potency of this idea that literally made Jimmy Dore trend for an entire day earlier this week out of nowhere, because people were just so excited about the idea of a big public fight involving a reviled woman who has held the entire Democratic Party in a vice grip for 30 years as people are dying in the streets. That's an opportunity. I don't know what a bigger opportunity could be if it smacked us all in the face.
I don't think that the floor vote is necessarily the way to meet that opportunity. I think all of what you're saying is right. People are excited about a fight, and people are wanting to be mobilized, and there are ways that they should mobilize. And it is ambiguous and it is slow because this work is slow. Like I don't know how to make like organize and map mobilize. No, like you can't make it faster.
This is a moment where people, without us trying, said, "Hey, I like this. I'm interested. Where should I go? What should I do? I want to be involved." And our response is to say, "Well, I don't know if this is the best strategic option." And all I'm saying is, I wouldn't have picked this. I didn't come up with it, but I feel like I'm keen enough to understand that there is energy around this. And we should exploit it. That's all I'm saying. There is obvious energy around this. You don't get to choose all your moments. Rosa Parks, there was a woman, obviously everyone knows the story, but there was like a teen mom woman who was actually kicked off her bus seat. And the NAACP said, I don't know about that for optics. Let's stage it again with Rosa Parks as a respectable citizen. Sometimes you get to do that sort of thing. But for the most part, life just happens. And this isn't, all I'm saying is, and I don't want to minimize the extent to which the Pelosi aspect of this is a real strategic boon. It's not, you can say, let's do it without Pelosi, let's just have marches and parades. Okay, but this galvanized folks, and it forced AOC to come to the table in a way that none of our other, oh my gosh, Medicare for All tweets, which I've been incessantly tweeting for the last 9 months of my unemployed life, have resonated. And all I'm saying is, given the very limited downsides, why not see how far we can ride this wave?
If the question is like, should something be done about Medicare for All that exploits, that exploits, Nancy Pelosi being incredibly unpopular, then I think the idea that Nando, gave earlier is clearly one of them, right? Do look, you could have that, you could have all of those. All of those sit-ins. You can have the line of people, that Bree mentioned with the insulin, lining up in front of Nancy Pelosi's office, and all of that would make perfect sense to me. And that seems like a tactic that would make sense. And if this tactic doesn't really make sense because it wouldn't do what it's supposed to do, right? It wouldn't actually, or at least what it's originally advertised about. And, I know we're not supposed to mention, Jimmy Dore's name, but, Bree, in your article, right, you said that this would reveal people who weren't really, supporting it, so we would know who to primary. If it's not going to do that, and it's most likely going to lead to some brief negative news coverage, and that's about it. If the idea is just, hey, like, this situation is urgent, we need to do something, this is something, then okay, I guess. I mean, I think that there are other things that would make sense, but probably this wouldn't be too bad. But then if the question is, do we think that not doing this specific thing is a big problem, or that that AOC, is institutionally compromised, if she's not doing this specific thing or anything like that, that makes a lot less sense to me.
And what I want to say is, the one part of this conversation that bothers me a little bit is the idea that there's sort of a choice between doing something and this is it, and sort of not doing something, right? We are doing something.
Yes.
We have to do something. We want to and I think Bree, to your
Natalie
point, that, like, we can't necessarily choose our moments. I totally agree. We can't. We have to exploit the moments that come our way. This isn't coming our way as of now. And I suppose if it's happening, then the conversation can happen about how to bring the most publicity to Medicare for all in spite of it. But the reality is we don't know what moments we're going to be coming in 2021. We want to be ready to seize each and every one of them. We want to grow this as a movement, knowing that 2021 is probably not going to be the year that Medicare for all is passed, unfortunately. Let's not put all of our sort of eggs in one tactical basket, I guess is what I'd say.
Actually, Adam, it's over. I really thought you would know that. Wow, you're a medical.
Called out. Rough. Yes, the tactical basket. Anyway.
Yeah, my only response to that, Adam, is that it's not a mutually exclusive thing. So I don't think we're putting all our eggs in one tactical basket to do a single tactical thing among many over.
Yeah. By the way,
well, I guess whoa.
What's that?
I hear the echo.
Huh.
It's like we're in an over.
We're in an
We're
over.
done. Okay, I exhausted.
Yeah, no, I liked it. No, there are a lot of more over where that came from. I don't even know. Yeah.